Hey listeners, some things have changed since the last episode of the GSE Podcast. Fortbrand has officially acquired Xcēd, and everyone from the Xcēd team is excited to be part of the Fortbrand family. If you're a customer of either company, rest assured this transition won't interrupt your service. Fortbrand has retained all of its employees as well as the entire Xcēd team, so the people that you know and trust are still right here. The great news is that Fortbrand brings even more to the table. In addition to flexible leasing solutions, they offer full-service maintenance, operate their own maintenance shops, and have the ability to wrap that support directly into your lease. We'll dive deeper into what this means in future episodes, but for now, I would like to extend my gratitude to everyone who listens to and supports this podcast. Without you, there is no GSE Podcast. Now, here's a short message from our sponsor, and then we're on to the show. The GSE Podcast is brought to you by Fortbrand, a premier provider of ground support and airport maintenance equipment. Fortbrand offers flexible short-term and long-term leasing options, full-service maintenance, and a growing inventory of ready-to-ship units across North America. Whether you need GSE for seasonal spikes or long-term growth, Fortbrand delivers the reliability and support your operation demands. Learn more at fortbrand.com. All right. Well, welcome to the GSE Podcast. I'm Matt Weitzel, and I'm here with Jennifer Zucchino, John Jezo, and Jenny Lescohier. How's it going?
Good.
Doing great, Matt. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're here to talk about the GSE Expo in Las Vegas that's coming up in September, and I think we are going to have a great time discussing what everybody can look forward to and what is upcoming, and everybody can kind of dive into this show as they fly into Las Vegas and figure out what they're going to do when they get there, what it's going to look like, and what is this beer garden about.
That sounds wonderful. Yeah.
I think so.
A lot of exciting things to cover.
Yeah, exactly. So, Jen, we're going to start with you. Why don't you kind of talk about IEMA and talk about yourself for a little bit, and then any kind of like tidbits you want to give us on the show.
Great. Well, thank you, Matt, for having me a part of this podcast. And IEMA is very honored. And we look forward to having you and Xcēd exhibit with us at the upcoming GSE Expo as well on the 16th through the 18th of September. So I do represent IEMA. I am an executive director. I have been on the IEMA board for 8 years now and have enjoyed every minute of it. I've enjoyed working with great people like John, and Jenny is new to the team, but Matt, with your company as well. IEMA's been around since 2009. For those of you that don't know, we've been around for quite some time. And we have partnered with kind of a long partner standing relationship with Endeavor on this show. We used to kind of in the past just have a show every other year, and Endeavor was our partner, IEMA's partner with that. They did all of the heavy lifting. They do all of the sales. That's John's team and Alicia. They do all the marketing for us. They work with Shepherd, full circle. Everyone that is exhibiting there will have touch points with all of those companies. And that's all with the leadership of Endeavor and us working together closely with IEMA. So they help us pick our venues. We will be announcing a new one, but it won't be till the show. So that's exciting. I can't wait for that to come and that announcement as well. But we work very closely with Endeavor. So it's a great relationship. With IEMA, I have moved into a new role where I'm not in a leadership position with them now, but instead the executive director role where I really kind of herd cats, if you will. I've got 7 board members all across the GSE platform we've got Cobus, we've got, TLD, the Elvest family, we've got Oshkosh, Aerotech, Vestagard, a part of the board, Malahan, PowerStow, and our newest board member with ACT, which is Advanced Charging Technologies. So I get to work very, very closely with those board members to be able to give you guys the best show along with Endeavor that we can every other year. So we look forward to that partnership a lot.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for filling us in on that, Jen. John, kind of explain from your perspective how Endeavor works with IEMA, and then kind of introduce yourself a little bit.
Sure thing. Thank you, Matt. And thanks for having me. My name is John Jezo, and I am a sales manager with Endeavor Business Media. We are the partner with IEMA to host the International GSE Expo that will be in Las Vegas this year. And for anybody wondering date specific, it'd be September 16th through the 18th, right at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So looking forward to that. Basically, my role in this sales organization and trade show event is to help everyone who's exhibiting get set up with their booth, choose the space, kind of work out some of those display different nuances that they want to present. But overall, I help manage just the trade show floor and sell booths. So we're very excited. It's been a very strong year. Right now, overall, what we're looking at is about 210 exhibitors to date that are on board and will be displaying brand new products, lots of new unveilings. So we're very excited for that. And one of the things that I do a lot with the rest of our team here at Endeavor is we work very closely with Jen's team at IEMA to make sure all the final details are executed just so perfectly, and all the sponsorships and things are executed and set up for all of our attendees. With that said, this year's got to change in the show a little bit, and it's all great. It's going to be a larger venue from what we had in the past. Specifically, we are up thousands of square feet as exhibitors have kind of shifted their minds and gone with much larger displays. And I think that coincides with the excitement that's been building with a lot of the new products that are coming. There's a lot of big products coming, which is very exciting. But right now we're looking at like 200,000 square feet indoors and out here of all sorts of new GSE products, technologies, service offerings, really you name it. One of those things that right now, pacing is going very well for we're looking at registration, looks very strong. So we are pacing up from years prior, so 2023, which is a great event, but we are still on board and expecting, maybe 2,000, 2,500 attendees.
Wow.
Which is great, right? I mean, it's definitely an event that if you're in the GSE market, you're likely going to be at the GSE Expo. And along with that, we encourage all of our GSE Expo partners to become IEMA members. And that's just something that helps really better the industry and the market. And we look forward to having everyone's input and participation as we move the world forward in GSE.
Yeah, I would be shocked if somebody wasn't an IEMA member. So, Jen, what percentage are we looking at of IEMA members and then to exhibitors? Do you know, or just a guess at least?
So, believe it or not, only a fourth are actually members.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that, then this is great, right? Because, a lot of people listen to this podcast, maybe they don't know what IEMA is, and now they can look at maybe getting a membership for 2027, or it'll also help out with GSE Expo Europe, I imagine, in 2026. Is that correct?
That is correct. So what we were doing, so effective actually tomorrow is your last day that you can become an IEMA member. So 1st of July, 2025 is the last day you can become an IEMA member for the 2025 show, which then IEMA and Endeavor, since we are partnered, generously gives you a 10% off discount just for your show, amongst other things. And then we'll start up our 2026 membership September 1. And that then will help with our GSE Expo Europe show.
Okay. So, and then everybody can go online to get that information?
So the best thing for them to do is we do have a fairly new website. You can go to info@iema.org and request information to become an IEMA member. The best is to really reach out to me directly at jmatasy, MATASY, @iema.org and request to be a member. And then I will go ahead and forward you your annual invoice, monthly or annual dues, which is actually only $1,000, which does a lot more. It's really grown our platform of what we've given our members. It used to be just the 10%, but we've gotten a lot of feedback and want to retain our members and want that really to grow. And so now what we have done is we have not just one show every other year. We do have a show now every year, one in the US and then one in Europe. And then we also offer a lot of marketing collateral. So you'll see it at the show in different areas, whether it's at the booth, whether it is aisle flags, whether it's a fence banner. We also are doing a lot more on social media and promoting a lot of our new members, our board. Endeavor has been very generous as well and gives out a substantial discount on any advertising. And Jenny will probably cover that as well on the publication side. And also, IEMA gives back to our members at the end of every show. In the 2023 show with Endeavor, anyone who was an active IEMA member got their entire electric bill paid for just being an IEMA member.
I remember that. I was so happy about that.
It didn't matter the cost. The board said, we want to give back. And our members spoke and they said the best way for you to give back would be to just pay our electric bill because that was their biggest expense.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to be putting out to our members, hey, what is helpful? And as John kind of covered, we've grown so much with the floor space that so many of our manufacturers have actually gone indoors because Las Vegas is getting hotter and the air conditioning, it's hard to really put air conditioning in those tents. So you'll notice that a lot of our larger OEMs are now indoors. We still have a great outdoor space and exhibit as well. But it's a shift in the climate. It's a shift in what people are doing going electric. It's, so that give back that IEMA does for this show, it might be different than electric this year. Our members might say we needed carpeting or we needed some more catering. But we will look at that. The board will look at that and we will vote. And then we will be sending out a message to our members that our members July 1 and before, and they will benefit from being a part of this.
That's an amazing give back. Like I said, we've been members, I think, almost ever since I started at Xcēd, because when I was working for Tug, now Textron GSE, they were obviously members of IEMA since the beginning, and I knew the value. So Xcēd joined right away, and I definitely see the value in it. And I'm glad that you kind of was able to give everybody an overview of what IEMA is and what IEMA does for their members. I'm a big fan of padding myself underneath the carpet. I go with the biggest padding possible. They got 2-inch, I'm going 2-inch padding because there's nothing worse than standing on concrete for 3 days straight. It's miserable. So Matt goes big on the padding. So just FYI for all those exhibitors that are listening to this right now, go big on the padding. You're not going to regret it. Your feet are going to thank you at the end of the show. So that was my public service announcement.
On, Matt. Great note.
Yeah. I've been doing this for a while. So, all right, let's meet Jenny. Why don't you introduce yourself? You are fairly new to GSE.
I am. Thank you, Matt. I'm happy to be here. I just joined the staff in January of this year. So I'm about 6 months in. I'm new to aviation, kind of. I have spent the last 25 some years writing for trade media, but more in the construction and equipment rental spaces. And so, I'm coming in from the perspective, there are a lot of similarities, surprisingly, between that industry and aviation, or at least in the ground support segment of it, because it all comes down to fleet management, that's like big equipment fleets. And that's something that I've been covering for decades. But just a fun fact is I actually started in aviation for a very tiny hot minute there in 1994 and 95 when I left my newspaper job, and the big holy grail in journalism was to kind of graduate from that sort of thing into the world of trade media, because that's where, it was a little bit more easier to make a living, if you will. But it happens that in the town that I was living in here in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, it's kind of a hotbed of trade media. And there was a company, Johnson Hill Press, and they published a bunch of construction titles, but they also had airport business and aircraft maintenance technology, which are ironically now part of Aviation Pros. So my first job in trade media was for Airport Business Magazine. And so it was only a year, but I was able to go to several trade shows back in the 90s for aviation. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me right now, coming back to this industry. And I'm excited to see what will happen at Expo. I don't think I'll see a lot of faces that I remember from 1995, but it's kind of a nice, like, tied up kind of circle for me.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you've been dealing with kind of B2B businesses, writing, being an editor for years and years and years. You're new to GSE, but you're definitely not new to anything else, as far as that goes. So you've been to a lot of expos, I'm sure.
Yes.
You've been to
Indeed.
Vegas a couple of times, right?
Oh, I think I can't even count, but I bet it's getting close to 60 times.
Okay.
I'm not kidding, because I mean at least twice a year for the last almost 30 years, and so yeah, it's crazy.
No, there's a
But it is one of
gambler's
my favorite
hotline we
places
can
to
hook
go.
you up with, but we'll do it after the show for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of dive into the show now. John, why don't you start? We are going to talk about what is new for 2025 at the GSE Expo.
For sure. So a lot of new and exciting things as we have been kind of revamping and taking feedback from the IEMA membership and our exhibitors and gauging different ideas and thoughts they have to tweak the show. Something that's part of our process after every show in an exhibition is gather that feedback as we plan out for the next event. And we got lots of wonderful feedback coming off of the 2023 show. So with that said, we have a few new things. One of those things is a new enhanced demo zone. So we now have the demo zone. It's back, it's bigger, reimagined it as far as how it works, how the exhibitors can present to all of the attendees. But basically, it's outdoors. And the demo zone's going to be given a new flavor in that there'll be some scheduled presentation times in addition to allowing exhibitors to take their customers and attendees out to do a demonstration whenever the time is right for them. With that, we're going to have some afternoon scheduling of basically a presentation from each of the demo zone participants. And that's going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the afternoons. And there's shade. Don't worry, everyone. We know it's going to be hot, but that's one of the enhancements and improvements is that we have added some shaded seating, some areas to sit and get some refreshment. And then there's going to be some other fun and exciting things from some of the exhibitors. And that is some prizes and giveaways. It's all part of the innovation here for the demo zone. And really, I must say, demo zone, a big piece to this coming back is a big thank you to one of our sponsors, which is PCS, which is Powertrain Control Solutions. They stepped up in a big way to really help us ramp up the demo zone, make it bigger and better than it ever has been. So big thank you to the PCS crew. We're excited, and we think all of our attendees and exhibitors will be very excited too. With that, we have a couple other new things, and I think I'd like to turn it over to Jen to speak to them, because these are very awesome things that IEMA has really helped us dream up. Jen, you want to take it away?
Yeah. Thank you, John. So this year, IEMA is going to have a social gathering right next to the demo zone, and it is called the Layover Lounge. So we have a subcommittee of OEMs that join us every 2 weeks, and it's a bunch of marketing people, and there's other individuals that are on there as well. And so we wanted to rename it something a little bit more creative. So a shout out to Paul at Mercury GSE for our new name, the Layover Lounge. So we're looking to invite all of our attendees and our members to a very well shaded, covered, not air conditioned, but it's got big fans in there and snacks and beer and photos and cornhole and just something fun on the show floor that everyone can kind of enjoy, kind of gathering around and kind of be social and not be kind of drug into booths, and have to talk, shop all the time, but just really kind of let your hair down and have a good time. So we're looking at good photo ops. We're looking at also promoting the women at GSE inside there as well, Thursday afternoon, and kind of give back to that group where we're going to be collecting. We're going to be having a clothing drive for them. So they'll be sharing that space with IEMA as well. But we encourage everyone to come into this space that will be covered. We'll have plenty of seating. We'll have snacks, plenty of water for everyone to grab. So please help yourself. Don't be shy. We will be giving out the tickets for the beer. They will be in your giveaway bags when your registration bags. So when you guys get your tickets, your registration badge, make sure you grab an IEMA bag as well, and that you get your 2 beer tickets in there as well, or soft drinks that you can take there. So we're just looking at having a welcoming and very inviting and open opportunity for everyone to enjoy their time at the show.
So sorry if I missed it. Where is the Layover Lounge located?
it is going to be right next to the demo zone.
Okay.
So we're going to have the demo zone. So if you open up the floor plan, the map on the GSE Expo website, it will be right next to it. So you'll see the demo zone, and then you'll see the Layover Lounge right next to it. So it'll be shaded, again, well fanned, plenty of water and snacks for everyone. And we really want to make this a destination where the feedback in 2023 was the demo zone really got lost.
Yeah.
It was away from, all of us exhibitors, and it wasn't really driving the foot traffic. So we just want to let the exhibitors know we heard you loud and clear. And this subcommittee really helps with that because these are the larger OEMs. And we want to make sure your voice is heard. Those surveys, when they come back, we do take them seriously. We want to take action on them. We're not just answering them to just kill time, but that's feedback for us to be better so that this show can be better for you guys. And that's what it's about. We want it to be great for the exhibitors, and we want the attendees to have a good time as well. Without those two, we don't have a show. So with that loud and clear voice, we're like, yep, let's do this. So the demo zone and the Layover Lounge will be outdoors with the other outdoor exhibitors. It'll draw people to, again, want to stay there, want to share stories, want to take pictures, and have, we want everyone to have a good time at the show.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing idea. It's a good way to bring all those people over near the demo zone, so that way they make sure that they know it's there, right? So if you make the Layover Lounge, great, and you give people free beer with tickets and stuff, they're going to head over there. Then they're going to see the demo zone. They're going to see all those new product innovations those manufacturers have and kind of drive that traffic. I think it's a fantastic idea. Good job, guys. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about, there's not going to be golf this year through GSE Expo, but we're going to have a beer garden. Can somebody explain the beer garden to me?
So the beer garden is the Layover Lounge.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Same name, two different things, same thing.
So we wanted to get away from that stigma of a beer garden.
Yeah. And
we wanted to make it more encompassing for those that are drinkers and those that are non-drinkers, but instead open it up to the entire floor. So we're like, all are welcome.
I love it.
All are welcome to take photos. All are welcome to join. The tickets, the 2 tickets are for every attendee. So look for them, make sure you grab your bag when you grab your badge. And again, another value add to our members, they will get additional tickets to hand to their customers that they can come back over to the lounge and get an extra beer, cool off, just a nicer place to kind of take a break. We're kind of in 2023, we didn't really have a lot of outdoor shaded area. We didn't have a lot of, fans or circulation. So we wanted to, again, hearing everyone's voice in the survey, we wanted to incorporate that. So the beer garden now is the Layover Lounge.
Okay.
So that's where we'll be welcoming everyone. And we'll also be having a retirement party in there too. One of our dear and beloved board members, Andreas Bunk, will be retiring at this show, and he's with Cobus, and he's near and dear to our heart, and he's a founding father. So we'll be celebrating him and his retirement in the Layover Lounge as well. So.
Okay. Awesome. I'm glad that I got some clarification on that, because I had my lederhosen packed. They were ready to go for the beer garden, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to leave those at home, because that would be embarrassing if I were to show up at the Layover Lounge with those on. So, all right.
I think you should bring them, Matt, because that would be a great photo op. We need photo opportunities, so lederhosens are perfect.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll bring my little German hat.
Be more comfortable with it if, in the Oasis, and that's the other new thing here that we're bringing to the outdoor area. So I just want to touch on that a little bit. But
yeah, please.
This is a new enhancement that goes alongside with the beer garden that IEMA is doing for everyone. But basically, Oasis is a little bit more chill place to relax. It is, again, outdoors near the beer garden. But basically, once you get a beer or a beverage, you'll be able to hang out, watch some demo zones, participants as they take place and do those demonstrations, and as some of the exhibitors present their new equipment. But basically, Oasis is a great big tented area that is brought to you by PCS, Powertrain Control Solutions. But this is to provide some reprieve from the heat. It's going to have some fans and air movement in it, but also have some nice relaxing chairs and things so people can kind of hang out, especially as we're winding down the day and we're watching some demos and enjoying some beverages there in the Layover Lounge. So that's something to look forward to. We'll have some different areas there. You can recharge phones and different things like that. But you will have a front row seat in the Oasis to watch any of the action taking place in the demo zone. And I will mention that Oasis is open for the duration of the show. So throughout the day of the show, if you need to sit down and relax, you have a spot. And looking forward to seeing everyone in there, because this is going to, as Jen alluded to, we have some exciting events taking place and some honorary things here for some of our newly retired.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think this is going to be the best show ever. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited about it. I think I've been going since 2008, 2007, 2008, something like that. So, but it's every other year, I finally did get to go to the GSE Expo Europe in 2024 and saw Jen there.
Yes.
That was a fun show.
That was a good show. We'll be going back
Absolutely.
there next year to Lisbon.
Okay. Will it be in the same place?
It will. At
Okay.
the Phil. Yes.
Nice. All right. And then, Jenny, what are you most looking forward to? Because this will be your first time being able to interact with so many people in the GSE world all at one time, all in 1 week. So what are you really looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to the Oasis and the beer garden.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we all are. We're all like, yeah, this is going to be awesome.
Well, to be honest, I'm thinking back to the early days of the trade shows that I've been to and how we'd go to the ones in Europe where it was more of a party atmosphere, frankly, and then at least in the industries that I was covering, the United States shows were, more all about business, and what you guys are describing it's exciting because it feels like it's going to have like a festive vibe about it, and just sort of a theme of getting together and making connections with new people and sitting down and having a relaxing moment. And I think that's great. And so I'm excited about that because the thing that I've only been with the magazine for 6 months. And so I haven't had a ton of opportunities to actually meet members of our audience. And I really want to, have some sit down time with actual ground support professionals who are familiar with our publication and with Aviation Pros and can talk to me about what is keeping them up at night so we can tailor our editorial going forward to the things that are really important to our audience. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also very intrigued about seeing some of this equipment and, wrapping my head around what some of this new technology is that I'm learning about. Because as I said, I've been writing about construction equipment for a really long time. And so this is, in many ways, it has similarities, but obviously it's very different. So this will be an opportunity for me to kick the tires, maybe even, I don't know, get in behind the wheel to see what it's like and figure out what these things really are. So it's going to be a learning experience for me from start to finish.
Yeah, you're going to be hanging out in that demo zone, seeing what manufacturers are going to let you drive around the equipment. I like it.
Right.
I think it's a great idea.
Sure.
Yeah, and then go over to the Layover Lounge. Just don't drink and drive. Okay, that's we're not asking much. Okay, Jenny, but just refrain. Okay, yeah, just wait till in the afternoon.
Can I tell a quick story about?
Please, we love stories in the GSE podcast.
The very first trade show that I ever attended in the equipment rental space. Okay, it was a small regional show, and it was in Fresno, California. It was in like the parking lot of some, like hotel or something, and these regional reps had come with like one or two pieces of equipment. It wasn't a big thing. It was just to try to get local equipment buyers exposed to the equipment. And I want to say it was Wacker Neuson, and they had one of their small double drum compactors on site, and they had like a little course that you could sort of operate it in just to get a sense of it. Not to really, it's not going to be compacting anything, but it was just to show its handling abilities or something. And somebody on staff thought, well, this will be Jenny's first time getting behind the wheel of any kind of equipment. And so they put me in this little machine, and it wasn't even intimidating. It was great. And it literally was the lever goes forward to go forward, and it goes backwards to go backward. Okay. And then the rest of it, you're just steering with the wheel. And I got a little nervous though, because it started to go faster than I anticipated. And I knew that to stop it, all I had to do was move this lever into the neutral position. But I, for whatever reason, in my nervousness, could not seem to manage that. So I'm barreling straight for some of these other pieces of equipment that are on display. And like I could hear everybody in the side saying, no, like, put it in neutral. And finally, one of the product managers kind of came over and like got it done for me. But it was a close call. Nothing was damaged, but definitely not going to be having any beverages before I get behind the wheel of.
Yeah, and I think that whole letting manufacturers demo their equipment, I don't think that's happening anymore after this story. I think everybody's going to go, you know what? We listened to the podcast. We're good. There's a great passenger seat, though. We'll let you in that.
Yep, that's about right.
Now, Jen, it's your turn now, because I didn't really expect to do stories, but now that we're telling, expo stories.
Oh, no.
What the heck? Let's go for one. Or does John want to go? John's got like a million, but I'm sure
figure out one.
He'd have to like take out manufacturers' names and statements they may or may not have made. Oh gosh. You don't have a good one, Jen?
I'm trying to think of one. Oh my gosh.
I mean, while you're thinking, I can tell one. I don't think I told this story on the podcast, but I may have. So excuse the audience if I have, but I think it was edited out, so I think we'll tell it. So basically, it was my first time going to. Well, I think it was my second time going to a show, and I was in charge of the setup, just like I am now. I haven't really moved up in my career at all, and so I got to leave the show early before breakdown, and we had this huge crate. And I was so excited because the guys said that they would do it, and I'd always done the breakdown. And the crate gets delivered. I'm on the road. I'm driving from Vegas to LA when I get the phone call that I have the keys to the lock for the crate. And they couldn't get the crate open. And I was halfway to Los Angeles in a vehicle. And so anyway, it did not go well. People were not happy with me. And they ended up having to find bolt cutters to unlock the crate. And I kind of got in trouble for that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't a great moment. I've got plenty of moments like that. We could go on for days, but I'll let John go. It seems like John's got a really good one he's got brewing here.
Sure. There's lots of great stories over all the years of the GSE Expo event. I think probably one of the more memorable ones is one of my first times involved with the GSE Expo, which would have been in the earlier days of maybe 2007, 2008. Being fairly new to the GSE side of things, I was very excited. First time going to a big trade show like this. First time being involved, on the hosting side. So a lot of exciting things. And a lot of the things we do are tied in closely with our media brand partners from Endeavor Business Media. So specifically, Ground Support Worldwide. As you heard from Jenny Lescohier just a moment ago, she is our editor. So by the way, anybody looking to get the word out on your new products and any new and exciting technologies or service offerings, Jenny is the one you want to hit up. She will be all over the show and very excited to learn about your products and help educate all of our readers.
Indeed.
But one of the things for the magazine side of things is back in the day, we used to distribute what we had were the show dailies. Everybody remembers the show dailies, right? The folks that stand there and are slapping you with a magazine as you're entering the exhibit area each morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a very exciting thing. But I'll tell you on the backside, it's a lot of work because that's all your show coverage, all of the content we're capturing, all the new exciting product revealing that you got to summarize and then produce that printed magazine overnight. And being a little too excited about it, we thought it'd be wonderful. Let's get it to all of our exhibitors and attendees before they get to the show the next morning. That'll be wonderful. So we got all the hotel blocks, and we were going to go and deliver them door to door during the night in Las Vegas.
No
way. Now, it sounds great. When those ideas came out, probably should have asked a few more questions.
Yeah.
Primarily who exactly would be distributing those magazines and that show daily? Ah, yes, John, that was you, the new guy. So yes, in a typical Vegas fashion, as we are headed back to our room at 7 a.m. after being up all night producing a magazine and then delivering it to all of the different hotels and for all of the attendees and exhibitors. Those are the fun times. And believe it or not, people definitely party in Vegas. And you wouldn't believe how many you may see in an elevator just winding their night down at 7 a.m. But we pulled it off with success. And it's something that, you know, with all the technologies we have now and everything being digitized for the most part, it's something we can get the communications out and all the new products and services things out much faster. We don't need to do the show daily. We've kind of spun it into some video. So there'll be some daily video wrap-ups going that Jenny and the rest of the editorial team from Ground Support Worldwide will be doing their coverage throughout the show. So you can look forward to seeing those videos and synopsis of all the new products. But one of the other big pieces we do is our daily newsletter. So stay in tuned. Hopefully you're able to make it to the show. But if not, we'll have some summaries coming out each day with all the new happenings and launches and products and exciting things from the GSE Expo. But yeah, good times. It's one of those things, careful what you commit to, but maybe just ask a few more questions before you do.
Yeah. Well, I've never even, you don't think about when you don't have to do it, right? You don't think about, oh, how do these dailies get done? Right? Like, who's staying up all night to write up this stuff and then get it printed and get it to the show and all the different things that, you just figure somebody's doing or you're not even thinking about it because it's not your responsibility. But then when you just explained it, started like getting a cold sweat. I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. I mean, that is a ton, man. I can't believe that. That is crazy. So nobody can expect John showing up to their hotel room at 7 a.m. Everybody can just, watch the videos that Jenny's going to do at their leisure. And yeah, I think that's a much better solution to your problems. All right, Jen.
Oh my gosh, this is bad. This is why I don't drive equipment at all, why I'm not allowed. So kind of like Jenny, the equipment's not supposed to be terribly difficult to drive, right? Where it's like supposed to be just getting in your car and starting it. And, kind of like you, Matt, I don't know if my career has progressed. I've been setting up trade show booths for a very long time.
Exactly. Yeah. We're doing great.
We might be in the same boat here, but I do genuinely love everything I do. So maybe that's why you and I just are stuck where we're at, because it's not every day people get to say that they love what they do.
Exactly.
And I literally can say I genuinely love what I do every single day.
Plus, I would complain so much if somebody else did it because it wouldn't be done the way that I would have done it. So I guess I can't really complain about it. So, all right, go ahead.
Yep. So we win. So we get to do this. So I'm getting a booth set up for the GSE Expo, and I am not sure what in God's green earth I was thinking, but I was like, I got this. I can drive a tractor with no problem. I can drive a car. I'm good at this. I've taken kids, to and from carpool. People trust me with their kids. I can definitely be trusted with a piece of equipment, right? Yeah. When there's an electrical box involved and you don't have a spotter at a show and you think you know what you're doing and someone tells you to stop and you run over an electrical box.
Oh.
Yeah, that causes a lot of issues to the equipment.
It's shocking. No pun intended. All right, keep going.
No pun intended, smarty pants. So, yeah, unfortunately.
All right, you don't even have to go any further. I think we got the gist of it. That's amazing.
So bad.
So what Jenny actually, with hers, at least it didn't actually happen. With yours, it definitely happened.
It happened. And I mean, I'm so glad I have friends in all kinds of places that can cover up my big boo-boos. So thank you for everyone there to help me through that. But yeah, I was not able to drive equipment.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, so you're not going to, okay, so you'll be in the Layover Lounge with Jenny. John and I are still allowed to drive equipment. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
You would be correct, Matt. 100%. Yes.
That is unbelievable. What a great story. Good. Well, I'm so glad that Jenny kicked us off with telling stories because I had a great time. And Jenny, did you have something that you were going to kind of talk about with the expo that we haven't released yet? Is that still the case? Or have we released everything that we can be talking about at the moment?
There is one thing. Ground Support Worldwide annually has its Leaders of the Year awards program. And we just completed that in the May-June issue, which is probably hitting people's mailboxes this week. And so we have those winners will be accepting their awards officially at Expo, and we'll be having a very small, well, hopefully not small. I should say it's modest because there are only 5 winners. So, but we would like to get as many people as we could to come and, congratulate the winners and enjoy just the honoring of these professionals. So stay tuned for more information on when exactly and where exactly that ceremony will take place. But it will be on September 16th, likely at the Ground Support Worldwide booth. And I don't know, John, if we have a number on that yet, but that's probably all to be determined. But stay tuned for more information. We're excited to give some accolades to those people who have really excelled at what they do. And so, yeah, that's something that we've got planned. Other than that, like John said, I'll be looking for new product information. If somebody wants me to come and learn about their equipment, please let me know. They can email me. I'm at Lescohier at endeavorb2b.com, and that's a lot of spelling. So I won't.
That's easy. I'll put that in the show notes. Okay, I'm gonna put Jen's email in the show notes. I'll put your email in the show notes, so that way everybody can check that stuff, because there's no way y'all are getting all those spellings correct on all that stuff.
Right.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, and I hope if you see my name or know who I am, flag me down. If you've got stories to tell, that's why I'm there.
Yeah, you're going to have to wear some bright outfits and stuff, because people don't know who you are, right? So you're going to have to stand out a little bit. So that way when you're walking by, people are like, who's that? And then, I think we'll be well branded, right, John? We're going to have, I think we have, don't. Oh, okay. You're going to be Ground Sport Worldwide, polos, things like that. Something fancy.
You got it. Yes. Yep.
Man.
It'll be color coordinated team. You bet. Easy to find and running all over. That's for sure.
Yeah, you'll be refilling the bathrooms with all kinds of Xcēd stuff. I mean, I know what you're going to be doing.
Of course.
All right. So my last question is, John, so what does participation from the exhibitor standpoint and attendees standpoint look like compared to 2023? We looking up?
Yes, absolutely looking up. I don't want to jinx anything, so I don't want to say too much, but it is looking very strong. Registration or pre-registration is definitely up, which is a great sign. I think one of the things that we're hearing is that a lot of the products that were, during the COVID times, it seems like there was a lot of product development that was, R&D that people dove back in, and then COVID threw some wrinkles and things, of course, for product delays or parts, supplies, whatnot. So it's taken a little bit, but I think a lot of the new and exciting products, especially a lot of the stuff on the sustainability side for electric vehicles and charging technologies, a lot of these things are coming out. They're being released. The curtains are coming off. So I think that's something everybody should be really excited to see as we move the GSE market forward to the future and electrifying it. That's something I think that's going to be a bigger piece every year for this show, but we're very excited for that. Really, I think it's about the big thing is the demo zone. That's a big piece to why we have the demo zone. Is electric vehicles are certainly important, but you just can't drive them around inside the hall like we can outside. So that's a big piece to that demo zone, to give everyone have that opportunity for that experience and get behind the wheel and make sure that piece of equipment is the right fit for their business.
I love it. Yeah, I'm really excited about that this year. I think it's going to be fantastic that you all have put so much thought and effort into getting people over there and testing out those pieces of equipment. I know that'll help out the manufacturers a lot for people to be able to jump on and see what those things look like in real life and be able to drive them around and all that kind of stuff, touch them, feel them, kick the tires, all that kind of stuff. So that's awesome. Anything else from anybody? I think we've pretty much covered it. I think we got some excitement going for the expo. I know I'm very excited about it. And, but any closing remarks from anybody, anything that I've left out, haven't asked about?
I would just like to say anyone who's looking for more information or hasn't registered to attend, or if you are looking for exhibit space, you can visit GSEExpo.com and get all the information you would need. And it's something that registration will be open for a bit yet, so there's no worries. Be an attendee, get yourself registered, and you can formulate your plan. There's going to be a lot of more exciting announcements coming. We do have an mobile app coming this year, so there'll be more things to book some meetings, and stay tuned for that in a few weeks.
Oh, I didn't know there's a mobile app coming. That's amazing. And then any sponsorship stuff, is there any available sponsorships that are still out there that are available for people to purchase?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, Matt. There are. We have actually created a few new ones here in the past week. The final details here will be coming out this week here, actually, and I would say by Wednesday this week, with some new exciting opportunities here. So we'll be getting those out to all of our exhibitors for those opportunities to be explored.
Okay, awesome. So look out for the emails on new sponsorships. All right. Well, thank you all so much for taking the time to talk to me today and sharing all your stories. And I can't wait to see everybody in Las Vegas.
Likewise, Matt. Thanks for having us. We're all excited and appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, you,
guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the GSE Podcast. We hope you found it informative and engaging. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with your colleagues and peers in the ground support equipment community. Your support is invaluable to us. We'd appreciate it if you could take a moment to rate and review our podcast. Your feedback not only encourages us, but also helps expand our reach within the GSE community. Keep an eye out for more episodes as we continue to explore the dynamic world of ground operations, bringing you the latest trends, insights, and stories from the industry. Thank you for listening to the GSE Podcast. Until we meet again, stay grounded and keep pushing forward.